Hello. It's time to play some ukulele, and I am going to go post a link for today's class on the website, and we'll let everybody crowd in here. Here, space, paste, shift, link, edit, enter, dent, 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 dent. Okay, the website's posted. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com, and from there you will be able to get all of our sheet music and come join us and become an instrumentalist. Um, Today is Friday. On Friday, we always do a concert of all of the songs from the rest of the week. And today, our songs are going to be well, we do start off the day with a worksheet called Make a Better Bar. Get you strong with making your bars. Then we will be playing Carnival of Venice, Daisy Bell, Key of F arpeggio. That's the hard one. Aloha Oe is not an easy song by any stretch of the imagination. And then For Elise and Ode to Joy. So we have a busy day of it today. Lots of hard tunes. We're at the end basically of the introduction to ukulele, and so now's when people have to start evaluating. Hey, how am I doing? And that way they'll know as we go into the future what things they want to work on, what things they don't. Who wandered in here? Let's see. And Farmer Ted's like, okay, shut up, just go. Hello, Farmer Ted. I'm ready to go. I almost. We have to wait till 12:05. It's a rule. Hey, Lynn, sound is good. Nancy's in. Sound is good. Farmer Ted in, giving me crud. Donna is in. Okay, go. Stop talking. Play music. Hey, Melissa. Um, don't talk to Melissa. She's considering buying a violin, and so she's on the outs with me. I've got my violin out over there, and I'm looking at it, going, "Oh gosh!" Then you got to put the arm, you got to put the chin brace on, and rosin the bow, and it's just so much work. Um, I have got a kombucha. You know when I don't know if you guys know about kombucha, but they put bugs in here, and there's this thing, and it's always this glop of stuff, and it's the thing that makes all the bugs in it. And if it's you try to avoid it, but this one's sitting right on the top, trying to come out and get my face. Go away, bugs. Yeah, it's this weird, gross, gooey stuff. It's in every bottle of kombucha. I think they filter it, but I don't know. Their filter doesn't seem to work very good. Let's see. Are you inspired to play your violin again? Well, we'll see. I'm gonna knock out I'm gonna knock out a couple of tunes and decide uh, if it's worth the energy. It's a much harder instrument than the other one. There's a reason why I teach ukulele and harmonica. They're you know. um, I don't want to work really hard to make music. That's crazy. All right, let's get going. Farmer Ted's up and ready for to go. I'm ready to go. All right, here we go. Grab your Make a Better Bar worksheet. It is designed to build up your strength in your thumb. There's three muscles that run your thumb, and in order to effectively play instrumental music, you must have a strong bar chord. And the only way to have a strong bar chord is to have a strong thumb. And the only way to get that, as I know, is either to go rock climbing or play bar chords on your ukulele. One of them will kill you, and the other one will make you famous. And so I would go with this one because I think it's better. Start with the open ones, and then remember it's thumb, index, middle, ring. And then we go all the way up to 12, and then we come all the way back. When we're on the way back, we're going ring, middle, index, thumb. From the top. 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 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 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. 5. 7. 8. Change to the opposite pattern. Ring, middle, index, thumb. adjusting my lighting, thinking I'm looking kind of weird. Here's what happens when you buy the cheapest camera. Hopefully that's coming together. Hopefully at the end of that, you're like, ow, that kind of hurt my thumb. Hey, Vic, welcome in. Hey, Evelyn. Another Friday. It's Friday the 13th, guys. It's crazy. Hopefully we're all going to be fine. Let's see. All right, let's go through the list today. We've done our Make a Better Bar worksheet. I'm going to skip the book 2 stuff. I'm going to go directly to Carnival of Venice. So grab your Carnival of Venice, please, and let's give that a shot. Library. Oh, wait, it should be in the ukulele one. Let's see if... nope. Okay. I've told you guys this already, but my little doodad here did a system update in there, and it didn't wipe out the files. They're still in the storage unit, in this down in this deep storage. It's still there, but there's a library. Every time you open up a thing, it sticks it in a library, and that's where I always get my stuff. Well, everything in the library got wiped out, so I have to go back into the hard drive in order to pull it out. And so it's weird they would do an update that clears out your library. That seems sort of ineffective, but whatever. Carnival of Venice. There's no words, so it's hard to sing and strum it. Chords are not too difficult, right? F and C7. That's it. So we won't work on that. What I want to do, though, is I want to play it 2 separate ways. The first way, I want to go through and I want to play just the melody. For those of you guys that are newer, working on getting your tablature reading in place, you will be comparing your sound to my sound, and we won't go too fast. But again, when you are coming into this type of playing of an instrument, playing melody is the most important thing. And so you want to be picking out one note at a time. It's very highly important skill, and so I like for us to do that always. And then the second time through, I'm going to go through and jump down to tough uke. So if you are a tough uker and you're feeling like, yep, that's something that I want to be able to do, then you will jump down and play that with me. The second time through, if you are not ready for tough uke, you'll play the melody a second time. And truthfully, if you are a tough uker and you're like, yep, I'm absolutely ready for this, play the first time with your thumb and the second time with your claw. That's the next level thinking. Okay, from the top, 2-beat count in. First time melody, second time tough, or whatever way you want to play. 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1. Tough uke. lovely little tune. Yeah, you could do yourself a favor by just playing that one through a bunch of times. I noticed, I know prior to starting this that there's an 8 hiding out in here somewhere, and I couldn't remember right off the top of my head as I'm playing through, like, where's the 8? Where's the 8? Where's the 8? And then I see it finally at measure 25. I try to read 1 or 2 notes ahead of wherever I am always, and I saw, like, oh, okay, be ready, be ready, and so I was able to grab the 3 and the 8. So it's one of those things where probably not a bad idea necessarily to even make a marking on your paper. Hey, beware, my notes on the paper here at the end of 24 say 3rd position, pinky, exclamation point, so to getting me to try to play it correctly without it wiping out. So let's see. Left hand is stronger. Right? Gary had a violin. I know I don't have a violin class because I don't know how to play. I mean, I know how to play every instrument, but I having any skills to successfully pull it off is not me. All right. So yeah, I won't be doing a violin class anytime soon. Can you imagine of all the, like, there are people who are like in this neighborhood who are solid violin players. They're everywhere. The problem with violin is, they start kids off at 4 and then they make their parents sit on them until they're into college. And so there's a lot of people that have pretty decent violin skills. I am not that guy. All right. So, yeah, I'm always amazed when you hear, well, there's going to be violin call for this particular orchestra, that orchestra, and 50 people show up. All right, there's Carnival of Venice. Yeah, violin's nice though, right? And it's definitely the problem with violin. You really do have to practice it, or you're never going to get anywhere. All right, Daisy Bell. Let's go knock Daisy Bell out. This is my favorite, one of my favorite songs. Not my favorite, but up there on the list. I talked to you guys about all of the nerdy things about Daisy Bell, so we won't cover them again. Again, if you want to sing and strum, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to. Okay, I'm not much of a singer, so obviously you'd rather me not do that. This song is set up to make sure you count 3 beats in every measure, or you will end up being early. Okay, if you are a melody player, okay, I want you to play along with me as melody, and I'm going to play the tough uke. If you feel like you're ready for that, give that a shot, and we'll go nice and slow, no hurry here. It's 1 time through, so let's get it right the first time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. And again, that song is really less about getting the song right, it is about getting your rhythm right. And that, I think, especially for newer players, that can be a lot more difficult thing than you would think. You would think, oh, 3 beats per measure, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, typically when you're a newer player, you forget to count, you forget to kind of feel the beat in your body. You start playing what's in your head, which may or may not be what's on the paper. And so I think that's a really good exercise with this piece of paper to make sure that you don't get ahead of yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Dang. My brother was great, but my stage father would. Yeah, I go to each year. I teach at a violin institute here in Denver. I'm enrichment. So after you do your real music, you go to the ukulele guy and have an enrichment class. And I'm always a little disappointed. The young kids are so full of joy and they're willing to try anything and they love playing ukulele. And the older kids, there's not all of them, of course, but too many of them have this dead look in their eye. Like, I have been in a practice room for the last 12 years of my life, and I am no longer capable of holding a conversation. And so it's not every kid, of course, but there are a handful of kids you're just like, oh no, this is not at all what we meant when we said we're going to have you become a violin player. So yeah, it's kind of devastating on some level that people push their kids so hard for something that's supposed to be joyous. All right, key of F major, the jumping flea arpeggio. And again, I think getting up to the top level does require whole lot of commitment. But if it steals your soul in that process, I'm not sure what we have gained by that. And so that's me being editorializing about the state of music. Bo, oh, are you in Hong Kong? How exciting. Good to see you, Bo. Really exciting. I don't know if we've ever had anybody from Hong Kong. That's really cool. I think we had somebody from Shanghai once, but not Hong Kong. All right, key of F major. Remember, we are on a claw, okay, for a good portion of this song. And then go down to 32, go all the way back to the beginning, and then play again. And let's see how we do. Okay, from the top. I'm surprised I'm getting through the Hong Kong censors. I'm delighted. That's very exciting. We're not doing anything crazy here. We're just playing ukulele. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's talk about how you did. Okay, if that went pretty smoothly for you, then you are in great shape. If that was a misery for you, then you're in great shape, right? This should be very, very hard piece to play for you. This is, um, in my mind, probably the hardest piece to play in the entire introductory series. And so if you're here and you're like, I don't know if that's going to go well or not. Um, know that this should be challenging for everybody who's at a more or less introductory level. If on the other hand you're like, yeah, I'm getting at least the idea. I'm okay with the more the idea of claw going into thumb, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Then that's what what we're looking for in terms of getting you comfy with your instrument. And obviously, making mistakes is part of what we do. If you didn't go well, it didn't go well, whatever. But the thought process is, do I know what I'm supposed to do? Can I play it at that speed? Maybe, maybe not. And that's the goal. I was playing, it's set for to be played at 140. That was about 105, 110, somewhere in there. And so I definitely am playing it slower than you should play it according to the sheet music. But who's listening to the sheet music? As a solo player, I would be thinking, yeah, you know, I'll play it slower. It's fine. All right. Vic likes a piece. Oh, Bo, you're very kind. Thank you. Um, okay. Now let's go into your end of the series almost. This is the last song. Let's go grab Aloha Oi. This is the last song in the introductory level in book one, and it is designed specifically to be a stretch piece. In other words, if you have taken intro one time and this is going well for you, then you're in great shape. If it's this one's a little bit too hard, probably it's going to make some sense to go back through the introductory material one more time, because the second time you come through, this is not near as difficult as the first time you come through, I think. Remember, there is a typo in measure 17 on the ukulele melody line. Instead of 2010, it should be 2100. Play an A chord there, don't play an F chord, or it will sound funny. All right, from the top, for a 3-beat count in, one time through. Quarter note equals 60 means play it slow. Okay, I'm going to play it as slow as I can, and you play it that about the same speed as me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice. Yay. That sounded beautiful. It's a nice arrangement. A little hard to play. Well, a lot hard to play, probably. But it just feels like you're in Hawaii, right? So hopefully that's going well for you. Janice says, just watch first, then go over slowly, repeat and repeat and repeat. Janice is totally right. Yep. You know, as we do during the week, not so much on Friday. On Friday, we just play, right? But during the week, you guys see how I approach it. And I literally approach music the same way when I'm doing it in my personal work. Start with the chords, make sure the song itself is making sense, play through the melody a gajillion times, make sure that's making sense. Then when I start dealing with my chords and melody together at the same time, I'm thinking, all right, what can I realistically play right now? What do I think I'll be able to play after practicing through this a handful of times? I make adjustments to the music if necessary to make sure that I'm going to be successful on any given day. What is my purpose of the song? If I'm just learning to play, I have a different purpose than if I'm preparing it to present in concert, that sort of thing. And so you want to just be mindful that, hey, there's different ways to prepare these pieces. But I don't think the baseline approach changes very much from piece to piece. You got to learn it, right? And that means studying the chords, studying the melody, studying the tough fugue, playing it incredibly slow, breaking down measure by measure to make sure that you know what's supposed to be happening at any given point. And then finally putting the whole piece together. Okay, let's move on to book two. Book two, we have for Elise first. Let's go knock that little guy out. Let's play a little Beethoven this morning. For most of you, it's afternoon. And let's see if I have to go dig that out of the bin. There it is. All right, so for Elise, play down through measure 8, go back to measure 1, come on and play all the way to the bottom, skipping measure 8. Okay. And again, this is a piano piece, right? So it's on piano, it's pretty fast. On ukulele, pretty slow on purpose. Figure out your fingering. I like Lynn's figured it out, right? That's the secret, right? Is especially as you get into more complex playing. 1, 2, 3 takes you a whole long way. It's going to get you most of the way. But as you get into more and more complicated fingering, you are going to have to be mindful of, hey, I'm going to do it this way when I get there. And yeah, it helps you. All right, from the top for Elise, one time through. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's in 3. 1, 2. Measure 3. Measure 9. Yay, right? All right. Oh, thanks, Bo. He's bravoing me. Right. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate it. Very kind. All right. So one of the things that we are dealing with for Elise is the fact that we play it at 1 speed on ukulele. That is very slow. Okay. And on piano, it's usually played pretty fast. But you decide once you get it in your hand, like, hey, I want to go impress some people. I'm going to play for Elise on ukulele. You get it as fast as you can, realistically, And there's a couple places that I've just straight up had to memorize, right? Because I have to watch my fingers, 7, 6, 7, 7. I want to make sure that I get that correct. And then I know every single time I'm done with that, I'm going to drop into an A minor. So that part I don't have to worry about. I know what comes after that. So that gives me time to get my face up on the paper and see what's going to happen next. The other part that's really, I think, very challenging is measures 9, 10, and 11. They really are enough different from the rest of the measures to require your full attention as you're going through there. So very nice. All right, for Elise. Okay, finally, today, Ode to Joy, our last Beethoven piece. Let's go grab that. And then we'll talk about next week here in just a minute. And we have so much good stuff going on. 3:30 a.m. Is that what time it is in China? Oh my gosh. Bo, go to bed. Go to sleep. Go back to bed. 3:30 in the morning is not a time. Okay, unless you're the morning news anchor at the local TV station, go back to sleep. Hopefully you're not having insomnia, Bo. Okay, let's get going on Ode to Joy. I'm going to play Painful Uke. Okay, and again, that's a whole lot. No. Let's do this. I'm going to the first time through, I'm going to play Tough Uke. Okay, go down to measure 16 and then come back. And then the second time, I'm going to play Painful Uke, and you decide whether either of those systems makes sense for you. If you're newer and that's too much, which it can be, just play the top note of every single thing that's happening in the Tough Uke line. Okay, so in other words, the melody is sitting right on top of all of the chords all the way through there. You just play the top note as you go through the Tough Uke tab, and you'll see, hey, there's the melody, right? Now all you gotta do is, all Gary's doing is tossing in chords underneath the melody. He's nothing special. Okay, so from the top down through 16, I'm going to play Tough Uke the first time. That will be with my thumb. And then the second time through, I'm going to go through and play Painful Ukulele with my claw. And you decide how you want to play it. Okay? From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top. Second ending. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound cool? Again, that's for some of you, that's exactly where you're at. For some of you, it's like, oh, that's a little bit of a long-term project, and for some of you, you're like, no possibility right now. Okay, any of those are perfectly fine answers. The difference will be is continuing to show up. Right, will take you into these next levels. Being sad that you can't play, it won't. And so just keep showing up, right, and it'll happen. How are you guys playing on that? Is it feeling like, yep, that's kind of a fun thing to do? Okay, while we're waiting for people to tell me how they're doing, let me give you a little preview into next week. Next week, we are going. Yeah, maybe Bo is he's up. He's a software developer. They're up all. They don't even have a clock in their house. They have no idea what time it is. Melissa's like, didn't go so great. Lynn says, I did both times, and didn't get too confused with your paper. Yeah, awesome. That's very exciting, right? Definitely for me the most. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay, if you are tough uking Ode to Joy, that's legit music, right? And it's really exciting that you should feel like, yep, that's making sense with what I'm doing here. And so we have somebody in Hong Kong making sense, right? Somebody in Scotland making sense. Somebody in Ecuador making sense, right? we're taking it over. Okay, world domination is at our fingertips. Nancy's fighting it a little bit. Let's see, not so good here. Decided to listen to you play. Yeah, and to be patient, right? It's not. This is high level. These are stretch pieces for sure for if you're newer. And I can tell you, when I first started, it would have been a long time before I could have knocked something like that out. So, no toilet breaks on the lemon. Well, Bo, that's so exciting. I'm really delighted that you were able to join us live. I'm really sad it's 3:30 in the morning, but I am really delighted you're here. So super exciting, Bo. Yeah, welcome. We got a pretty nice group of people who shows up here. So awesome. Yeah. All right. Now, next week, what we'll be doing is we're going to finish up the last song from level 1, which is Scarborough Fair, which kind of feels like a Christmas song. And then what I'm going to do is for the rest until the end of the season, we're going to be mixing in Hanukkah songs and Christmas songs and Santa Claus songs and all that stuff. And I don't know how much out of book 2 that I'll continue to put out. But for you guys, what I intend to do is in this hour, the noon hour, make it a little bit easier Christmas music, right? And everything I put out has the same program, right? You've got the lyrics and chords, and then the melody line, and then the tough uke. And so I will put that out, the stuff that's a little bit easier into this section, and then the stuff that's either a little bit harder or a little bit more obscure, I'll put into the 1 o'clock hour. And then the modern Christmas music, all of the stuff written after 1930 or so, that's got to be in the member section. So that'll be Monday night stuff. And so if you're not a member of the website, you probably want to become a member, because all of like Frosty the Snowman and Christmas Is and Mele Kalikimaka and all of these more modern tunes, those are going to end up in the pay section of the website. I'm not trying to make you pay for stuff, but I have to protect that stuff. I can't just have it laying out on the internet just anywhere for people to get a hold of, because it's copyright protected to the original composer. So that stuff will be the modern stuff, and a lot of that stuff you may want to play will be in the pay behind the paywall. Everything else, you'll be more than enough on the public domain sheet music lying around on the front page. So if you don't want to pay, perfectly fine, right? But if you want the more modern stuff, that'll be in the pay section. So thank you, Bo. Yeah, I know a little bit about arranging, so thank you for that. Silent Night, it's already on the front page, Janice. Scroll up to the 1 o'clock section. It's there for you. Yep, it's already sitting there. And so next hour, we're going to tackle Silent Night, Old Lang Syne. We'll play For Elise and Ode to Joy with those guys as well. And then Adeste Fidelis, First Noel, and Away in a Manger. And so, like I say, starting next week,
that level of stuff is going to move to the noon hour, and then I'll give them, Boar's Head Carol and saw three ships, and some of the more obscure stuff I will toss over into the 1 o'clock hour. So make them suffer with Christmas songs they don't know. How about that? All right. Thanks, Lynn. I appreciate that. That's really kind. Okay. That's it. That's enough for today. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see some of you in the next hour. I will also see some of you next week. And here's the list, right? Same list. Do a random act of kindness if you can. Stay safe. It's terrible out there. Practice. Maybe not. Keep showing up. I promise everybody, it's a money back guarantee. If you'll keep showing up, you will be a great ukulele player. And then what was the other thing? Oh, like and subscribe. That's helpful. All right, guys. Have a great day. Happy weekend to you all, and I will see some of you next hour. I'll see the rest of you on Monday. Take care.